What's good, fellow CEOs? Welcome to the Irony of Gaming. And I'm guessing you read the title screen on the video. Is CounterSide going EOS? Well, let's discuss. So a few days ago, the head PD of CounterSide had basically explained the situation that was going on with the game and its future. And they had said, "Dear CEOs, first, I would like to sincerely thank all of you who have supported and stayed with CounterSide. Today, I am writing to share news regarding my position and the future direction of CounterSide's service. As of this April, I will be stepping down from my role as PD of CounterSide." So he is going to be stepping down. He has said that since taking on this role in February 2023, I have done my best to protect and develop the world of CounterSide. Throughout this journey, your passionate support has given me strength, and your sharp criticism has helped us reflect and find the right path forward. The time we have spent together sharing both joy and challenges has taught me invaluable lessons that I will never forget. Viewing the game from your perspective and striving to provide a better experience has been an irreplaceable part of my journey. Once again, I sincerely thank you for the overwhelming support you have shown. With the release of the main upstream episode 15, the Golden Tree and its tender on April 22nd, and the new awakened employee on April 29th, additional new content updates will be discontinued. So the future updates have been stopped. It is not an end of service, but it is a stop on the updates for now. Along with this, the rerun of periodic content, excluding now the periodic content stuff, I think is like the extra stuff, like the Grand Expeditions. I really like those. Those are pretty cool. But it's excluding Gauntlet, Danger Close, exclusive gear challenges, and world map raids will be discontinued, and the 30-day coin supply contract will no longer be available for purchase. So basically, it's like that, the subscription service stuff, those are pretty much going to be removed. And I was a little worried that they, if they was going to exclude all of the, I was worried that they were going to take off the Gauntlet stuff, because I really like the Gauntlet, the Danger Clothes, and I was a little worried about the exclusive gear challenges, because I would like to have that on there, and then the world map raids. I think those were pretty cool on there, although I would have loved if they expanded the world raid stuff, within the guilds section and whatnot, but it is what it is. The patch notes, which were previously announced according to the update schedule, will also be discontinued. I was a bit worried on that one, and the remaining content will be rotated on a regular basis going forward. So this is good that they've said something about this, so at least the rotations of specific things is happening on there like we normally would get. We sincerely apologize for no longer being able to continue the content and coin supply contract that so many of you have cherished and enjoyed. Additionally, the final awakened employee will be released on April 29th without a separate PV. I would have loved to see the PV. That would have been cool. To ensure that all CEOs can obtain the employee without burden, it will be discontinued. Not discontinued, it will be distributed for free. That is interesting. Rather than through recruitment, and can be upgraded to tactical update level 6. So she could fully be updated. The unit could fully be updated to level 6 of the tactical update stuff through event missions and mainstream clear rewards. Lastly, it weighs heavily on me to share this news along with my farewell The time I have spent with our CEOs through CounterSide has been more than just developing a game. It has been a meaningful journey filled with shared thoughts, laughter, and even moments of regret. All of these memories will remain with me and with the entire CounterSide development team for a long time to come. Although I will be stepping down, I sincerely hope that your time with CounterSide will continue to be filled with warm and meaningful memories. Some really good memories from this game. Thank you once again for your unwavering support and love. And that was what they had written and sent to everybody here. So what does this mean? Is it going EOS? Well, honestly, I'm gonna be real with you. It can go either way. It's a 50-50. I mean, like, at one point, FGO was in a bad state back then. Fake Grand Order, it was in a bad state. Back then, and later on, it ended up bouncing back. Nikkei had issues back then as well, and they ended up bouncing back. And there were a few other gacha games that had their own issues that made it seem where the future was uncertain. I think B-Side has a chance to bounce back from this and continue development on CounterSide. There's always a chance. However, I have also seen gacha games that have fallen in this type of situation. Not completely similar to this situation here, but close. And they went EOS. So there is always a chance of that happening to CounterSide, but it all depends on what B-Side's plans are. Now, there's big changes happening, and I mean, what they would have to do to look forward, probably, first they would probably have to find a new PD. Then they would have to figure out a way to move to the next stage of the story for CounterSide because yeah, episode 15 has a nice conclusion to it, but there are a lot of hints of a continuation of the story. And like, what I don't know is if that continuation would be on this game. I mean, I personally would love it if if it were on this game. Although it would make sense if it appeared on another sequel version of the game, like a CounterSide 2 or a full-fledged game version of it. Because honestly, like, because there are so many things that needs to be answered and revealed, like there's so many things that has to be like that wasn't answered on episode 15, and it wasn't even shown on episode 15. So even though it was a good conclusion to the story, there was just like, there were some things, not even some, there were most things that needed to be answered that has not been answered. But I mean, like, let's say for instance, like there are some things on the substream stories, and even in the counter cases, there's some things that have not been answered yet, and I would love to know the answers on there, But regardless of what happens next, it's been quite an amazing journey playing this game. I've really enjoyed the story a lot. Like that was one of the things that really hooked me onto the game, especially the soundtracks and the way that the fight animations functioned in the game. Just phenomenal, in my humble opinion. But yeah, CounterSide is definitely a hidden gem, and I'm honestly hoping they could do something with the IP. Maybe, if worse comes to worse, maybe even sell the IP to, just to make it into a full-fledged game. Because guys, like, I'm gonna be real with you, I don't think CounterSide should have been a gacha game to begin with. It really shouldn't have been. And like, there's so much potential to the CounterSide universe. It could be so expansive into other things. Hell, it could even possibly be an MMO. Think about that, right? How crazy would that be? Although I would think it could definitely pull off the single player multiplayer model. I think that they could really pull that off if they were to try and expand it into that type of world. But yeah. Oh, and there's another thing too, guys. This game definitely, like the story itself, right? CounterSide definitely needs an anime and even a manga. That would be dope too if it doesn't already exist. And like that's that like the story of it is just great. Like that's how great the story is. That it needs an anime, needs a manga, should have been a full-fledged game. I'm hoping that it could, have that someday. But yeah, I'm just hoping that they don't let the story and the lore stop there. And hopefully they could do something to keep it alive and whatnot, and expand it into other avenues and whatnot. But anyways, that's what my thoughts were. So what do you guys think? Do you think it's going EOS? Is it going on a pause? Are there secret plans in the works for CounterSide 2? Will all the characters be transferred over to Star Savior universe? That would be pretty insane. However, though, I'm not too keen on losing my progress, all of my progress on CounterSide, but it is what it is, I guess. But should an offline version be made for CounterSide? That would be interesting. But yeah, let me know in the comments. Would love to know your thoughts on it. But yeah, till next time, guys. I'm out of here. Catch you later.
즐거운 무대가 될 거야. 언니 있지? 어디? 감사합니다. 매직파이. 조심해. 미안합니다. 가능한 잠깐만 지내. 안녕. 펌프도 있고. 영웅은 무조건 이긴다니까.